20th century day of mourning in Azerbaijan. What happened on 20th January 1990 was an act of terror by a totalitarian regime. The crime committed against the Azerbaijanis is in fact a crime against mankind, against humanity. About 26,000 Soviet troops stormed into Baku, the capital of Azerbaijan, SSR. The troops were supported by tanks and other armored vehicles. They blocked all the major roads. Then airborne troops were dropped down on the city from airplanes. This was followed by a naval blockade on the city. The Soviet army was acting according to state of emergency that was declared by the Soviet Union. All of that happened exactly 31 years ago, on January 20th, 1990. This crackdown is better known as Black January. A few hours prior to the Soviet invasion, the KGB blew up the central television station and terminated all the phone and radio lines. This effectively put Baku in an information blockade. Nothing was getting in or out. In the course of invasion, the Soviet army attacked the civilians and fired into the crowds. They were even firing at ambulances, medical personnel, and even a school bus. The shooting continued on for 3 days, and according to official figures, 137 people died and between 700 and 800 people were injured, but unofficial estimates put the number of deaths up to 500 people. The state of emergency continued on for about 4 months, but despite this, almost the entire population of Baku, more than 1 million people, showed up to the burial of the victims on the 3rd day. For another 40 days, the people stayed away from in a sign of mourning and mass protest. Proclaiming the state of emergency in Baku and sending army to the city was the biggest mistake of my political life, said Gorbachev in Istanbul, April 27, 1995. We'll be hearing the photos a little sister definitely left. Yes, it was a great massacre. The massacre was intended warning to other independent and freedom movements, not only in Azerbaijan, but in other republics of the Soviet Union. When the world got out about massacre in Baku, the other Soviet states such as Ukraine, Baltics, Georgia, they were all inspired and formed their own independence and freedom movements. So Black January played a key role in the collapse of the Soviet Union. The Azerbaijani people buried the martyrs who perished on 20th January for the independence of the country in the mountain park, the highest spot in Baku. Since then, this place has been called Martyrs Avenue, and people mark 20th January as a national day of mourning. The Martyrs Avenue is the most sacred place for every Azerbaijani. Every year, millions of Azerbaijanis visit Martyrs Avenue and put carnations on the graves. On 20th January, Martyrs Avenue looks like a sea of carnations, but from a distance, the image of horrifying. We shall never forget our martyrs. They will live in our hearts forever. Peace to them.